All right, on tonight's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our AI Learning Agents project. Let's have a look at what we went over tonight. Now, earlier I told you that we had a model that we want to go over. This is going to be a GPT-2 model, a text generation model. So the difference between this and a BERT is the BERT is going to be an encoder decoder model. Let me go back up so I can show you exactly what that looks like. Remind you what the BERT is. This is the BERT model here. So you recall this model just took in some input from us or some text and it encoded it in the form of a tokenizer. This actually can be used as a security measure of some sort. I'm not sure what. I'm just displaying what the model can do. This was the BERT, and the one we're going to be running tonight is a text generation model in the form of a GPT-2. Let me go back down. So what this does is it takes in an input that we start off with. Suddenly, the sky tore open and aliens appeared, but we knew artificial intelligence would help us. This is what I started the text off with, and what we want the model to do is to finish off this story for us with a max length of characters of 150. Number of return sequences, I have it at 1. This is the number of outputs that it'll give us around this sentence here. So we only wanted to give us one return instead of a bunch of different versions of the story. We want one version return. The temperature determines how creative the model is. The lower the number, the less creative. The higher the number, the more creative. So zero point 0.7 is about a midway. It'd be creative enough to actually give us a good story. And basically that's it with that model there. So we have everything queued up already. You can see we downloaded the model. Everything came through. Now we just have to print the result and see what this model gave us in return. So here's what I started with. Suddenly, the sky tore open and aliens appeared, but we knew artificial intelligence would help us. And eventually, he would be left with the chance to fight. He had been given a brief look into the universe by the Space Marine Corps of the same name, and it was said he had been chosen to fight the alien. But he was soon left with no choice but to fight. He was now a Space Marine called Dolores, a name which he quickly gave up on. He didn't want to die, and he was sure that if he ever managed to survive another life, he would be able to use his powers. Weeks later, a couple of hours before he was due to make, and that's it. I guess it ran out of tokens to use to finish up the rest of the sentence, but with the space that it was given, that's what it came up with. So again, we started out our story, and then we allowed the model to finish everything off. And that's basically what this model does. That's a chat GPT model, not a chat GPT model, but a GPT-2 model, and it's a text generation model. So I'm not really doing anything particular with these models, but I am going to be taking my time throughout the next day, not the next day, but the next few days, just going over different models and showing the difference between the models and AI learning agents to see the differences between the two, what they can do, what they can't do. So yeah, that's that. Again, this was the GTP2 in the I will keep you posted on further progress as we move forward, but of course, I will keep you posted every step of the way. This is the Python Poppy. You guys stay Gucci.